Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to my review of episode 6 of season 4 of Slow Horses titled Hello Goodbye. This episode opens where we left off last week. In the wreckage caused by Patrice and the dogs, we see the two dead dogs, Emma in rough shape after everything that happened. Emma then calls Diana to inform her of what happened. Emma lets her know that River was taken by Patrice. Diana then says she wants Cartwright in an interrogation room and Patrice killed. Claude then overrules her and puts out a shoot-and-kill order on Cartwright. We then cut to River as he's in the trunk of a car being taken somewhere by Patrice. Cartwright pulls out his phone and attempts to make a call, but Patrice exits the vehicle and tells him to get out of the trunk. Patrice then leads him to Frank. River sees Frank, then sits down. River says hello dad, and Frank says hello son. We then get to see the intro for Slow Horses for the final time this season. Back with River and Frank now, River reveals that he recognized the paintings on the wall in France, so he knew that his mother was there because they were used on birthday cards she sent River when he was younger. Frank then says he was using his mother to secure funds and means. Frank tells him to ask his grandfather about that. Frank then offers River a job working for him. River says he wants nothing to do with him. Frank tells River when you're the target, attack. When you're being pursued, stand still. River then reveals that his mother told him that Frank died in a car crash. River then tries to make a call, but Frank spots him and pulls the battery out of the phone. We then see Catherine and David at Slough House. Catherine tells Moria that Jackson has gone looking for Sam, who we haven't seen since he was killed by Patrice in episode 3. Louisa then reveals to everyone that River called her, but the phone has been switched off. She then tells Ho to trace it. They then review the CCTV footage of the attack on River, Emma, and the dogs by Patrice. We then see Marcus trying to get the gun he sold to the dancer back. He brings 3,000, but he wants 5,000. Marcus then leaves without the gun. With Emma and Louisa now, they discuss the shoot-and-kill order on River. Louisa tells Emma to find a way to have that order reversed. With Lamb now, he smashes the window to Sam's office and finds him lying on the ground dead. As he's leaving, he takes the bottle of liquor with him, which will be very important later. With Patrice now, he's using Sam's phone and he's listening to the voicemail left by Moira telling Sam that David is at Slough House, therefore revealing David's location to Patrice. Back with Frank and River, Frank says he has 2 tickets to Europe and he wants River to go with him, but obviously River isn't on board with that. River tells him not to do anything to his grandfather, but Frank says he can link him to the West Acres. River says, but so can I. We then see MI5 storming the area and Frank begins to panic. With Marcus at Slough House now, it is revealed that he went and gambled in order to get enough money to buy his gun back. Immediately following this, shots fired as Patrice invades Slough House and tries to take a shot at Ho and the others. The others try to get a gun out of the desk to offer backup for Marcus. River and Frank are then surrounded by MI5, and Frank has a gun to River's back. Frank then puts a grenade in River's jacket in order to kill him and try to escape MI5 at the same time. Louisa gets the grenade out of his jacket just in time and throws it into a nearby body of water just as it explodes. Frank is then on the run trying to make his escape. Back in Slough House, they manage to get the weapon out of the desk. We then see JK making tea, which will be used as a weapon later. Shirley throws a knife at Patrice, and JK throws the tea at him as well. River, Louisa, and MI5 then continue the chase for Frank as shots continue firing at Slough House. Patrice then hits JK with a shot right after that. Marcus manages to land one on Patrice. Marcus then escorts Shirley to the room with Catherine and the others. He then leaves the room and continues the search for Patrice. All this is happening while the others are still chasing after Frank. Marcus is then shot and killed by Patrice. Shirley now prepares to shoot Patrice. River stops running with the rest of the crew and decides to take his dad's advice and stand still. Shirley and Patrice then fire shots at each other, and Shirley manages to hit him, but he then breaks into the room. And Lamb saves the day by hitting him in the head with the bottle he took from Sam's office earlier in the episode. Shirley realizes that Marcus has been killed. River then locates Frank and says exactly what his father told him earlier. Frank then hands his weapon over to River and surrenders to MI5. Louisa then asks River who that is, and River says, "My dad." Back with Shirley as she finds Marcus dead. They then handcuff Patrice to the radiator. Then gets a call from Molly and she says she needs to show him something. Chloe and David are in the bathroom with Catherine, telling them to come out, but they think it's a trap. Shirley then attempts to shoot and kill Patrice, but she can't bring herself to do it. JK says Marcus wouldn't want this, and that he loved her and he wanted her to love herself. She then hands the gun to JK, and he shoots and kills Patrice. Diana is now interrogating Frank. She says it's over for Frank, but then he reveals he has a backup plan, a failsafe. Emma then interrupts them, saying something has come up. Diana then heads to Slough House to see the mess left by all the gunfire and sits down to talk to Lamb. Lamb shows Diana the letters Frank had Molly write up, and it's revealed that they have 12 hours to release Harkness, otherwise the contents of the letters will be made public. With Moira at the park, she has a meeting with Claude and reveals that she knows that he was the one who sent her to Slough House. She demands her job back and a 4-day work week, then the meeting concludes. With River and David now, River has put David in a home, and David is not happy. All David wants to do is go home, but River says he can't be trusted on his own anymore. David says to River he promised him he would never do this to David, but River insists he had no choice. River then leaves and gets a call from Lamb. Lamb tells him to meet him at a nearby bar. River makes it to the bar, and Lamb simply asks him to sign paperwork recounting the events that have taken place over the course of this entire season, and that is how Season 4 fades to black. This was my review and recap of Season 4, Episode 6 of Slow Horses. I hope you enjoyed it, and I would really appreciate it if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel for more weekly recaps in the future. Leave your comments down below. What an incredible season this has been. And I want to thank every single one of you for coming along for the ride with me. I will be covering more Apple TV shows in the future, and videos will continue when Season 5 of Slow Horses premieres. I look forward to seeing you guys then. Also, a full recap of Season 4 is coming soon.